Good day everyone. So today we are going to be working on our pencil skirt pattern. So for pencil skirt we have the required measurements, the waist, hip depth, skirt length, and the components. Components, we have our band, zip, slit, and dart. So let's start. The first step says draft out the basic skirt pattern, which we already have. So what you need to do is the first thing you need to do is draft out your basic skirt pattern. Next, take in 1.5 inch at both sides. Draft out the basic skirt pattern. Take in 1.5 inch at both sides. So the 1.5 they mean is at the side of the skirt, both sides. You take in 1.5 inch center back and center front on the skirt length and square up the hip depth using a ruler. So this is it. So the first thing we need to do is draft our basic skirt pattern, which we already have. So this is it. I have my complete skirt pattern here. Next, taking 1.5 at both sides. Watch, this is my actual side seam and this is the seam allowance. So you have to note. So this is the actual side seam. From the side seam, I'll go in 1.5 standard. This is the 1.5 inch I've marked. Repeat the same measurement on the hemming allowance, 1.5 and mark. Now, go out 0.5 for seam allowance, or from the seam allowance, measure another 1.5. So if you watch, the 1.5 will come back here, and then from the seam allowance, that's the midline, to be here. So you still have 0.5 difference. I measured 1.5 from the actual side seam, and then 1.5 from the seam allowance going left for center front. For center back, this is the actual side seam. Measure 1.5 in. Repeat same on hemming allowance. So this is it, 1.5 inch. I'll mark 1.5 on hemming allowance and mark. Now from the seam allowance, I'll measure 1.5 and mark. 1.5 and mark. So that way we have 0.5 difference. Next, using the straight ruler, connect. This is the actual side seam. Connect side seam to side seam on the hip depth. This is it. Side seam to side seam. That's the first line. To side seam on the hip depth. And then connect seam allowance to seam allowance. 1.5 seam allowance to 1.2 on the side and the hip depth. After doing that, drop your lines on the hemming line, connecting both 1.5 together. Just drop them straight down. Next, for center back, we connect same way. Connect side seam to side seam. That's the side seam to the 1.5. And then seam allowance to seam allowance. This is it. So watch, even if next on the center back line, this is my center back line, go in 1 inch to shaping the back part. So I'll measure 1 inch on the center back line and mark, and then we'll measure 1 inch on a zip allowance and mark. Next, hope I'm not going to this side. Drop the lines on the hemming allowance. Drop the 1 inch on the hemming allowance. Connect 1 inch to the hip depth on the CB line. This is it. Now repeat same on the zip allowance. Using a straight ruler. So this is it. So if I'm cutting out now, I'm gonna cut on this line. This is the new seam allowance. This is the new seam allowance. This is the new seam allowance. So this is where we put it out. Then my new zip allowance to the back, and then all the way up, same way. Remember, the center front is on fold. So this is it for pencil skirt. So I'm going to clean off these ones because we don't need them. We won't be using this line, so it doesn't get you confused now. Taking off these ones. So by the time you cut out your pattern, it should come out separately like this with all the shapes. So this is it. And then for the zip allowance, I'm taking out this. So you see how the back looks like and see the front. You're seeing the shape already, penciled by the sides and then the back, properly penciled. So after cutting out, you have this piece out, center front, center back. Then you cut on your pattern the regular way, just the way you did for your basic skirt. You do the same way of cutting, add your allowance on the fabric, and then you sew same way. You do your cutting and sewing same way as your basic skirt. So this is our pencil skirt. Thank you.
This is it.